About 2 seconds ago, we just pulled out this little tiny dog named Benji, who has been missing now since last night. His owners were actually in that mobile home right back there. That's where they lived. This right here, this step was what was supposed to lead up to their front door. And you can see that that home was just blown away. And panning around here is just one story like this after another. The destruction, you can't even describe it. If I had all the time in the world, I would walk you down this block where you would see one home like this after another. Unfortunately, though, I can tell you the reason why Benji ran away and was found in the debris next door is because his owners, unfortunately, are among the victims. You know, I spoke to others who rode out the storm in this area. They described the debris, their homes just shattered to pieces. They said that after the first tornado, the damage wasn't that bad. And the people that I spoke to, they actually ran to their neighbor's house, who's actually standing right over here. His home was better prepared to handle a tornado. He had hurricane-proof windows. He had shutters up. And so they ran there, thankfully, because after the second tornado hit, that's when the side of their home was just ripped to pieces, almost like the one right over there where you can see that roof was blown off. Now take a look at this video. Law enforcement officials said emergency crews are going to go door to door at what's left of the retirement community of Spanish Lakes Country Club Village to conduct search and rescue operations. More than 100 people are looking for anyone who may be trapped. Some of them who were living in mobile homes, you see. The sheriff said multiple people did unfortunately die, but at this hour, it's not confirmed exactly how many. And nearby, another tornado tore through the area. You can see parts of trees and other debris flying through the air. Moments later, a semi-truck is seen on its side across the road. Now here, you can see cars flipped upside down and the roofs of several Fort Pierce homes ripped to shreds.
Has been just ripped to complete shreds. Nothing's left but sort of a skeleton of the roof there. The stadium had been hosting thousands of linemen and National Guard members as they prepared for this storm, but we have learned the staging area had already been relocated before the roof was completely destroyed. And hours before Milton made landfall, the storm's leading edge spawned tornadoes. This is on the east coast of Florida in St. Lucie County, where one of the facilities for the sheriff's office was completely destroyed. Unfortunately, we've also learned 4 people were killed in this county, and that was from the tornadoes in the area. Milton also knocking out power to the entire state. Tampa traffic security cameras captured this footage of electricity just sort of flickering in and off, on and off shortly after the storm made landfall. Numerous people reported transformers completely blown out as the storm kept lashing them relentlessly. Right now, more than 3.4 million customers across the state of Florida without power. That's according to utility tracker poweroutage.us. Hillsborough County with the most customers in the dark right now, more than 518,000 people. And unfortunately, the effects from Hurricane Helene are also still keeping tens of thousands of folks in Georgia and North Carolina without power.
Or at least a water rescue truck, a high water vehicle, going in to help some of these people get out of that standing water.
Yeah, they had said that this is happening in Orange County at Riverdale and Buck Road. It was obviously before the sun rose, but it was right around 5 a.m. These water rescues having to be conducted in the middle of the night. More than that, the first responders, this fire department, they were checking every house to see if people were okay. I mean, that's almost waist deep water.
How deep that is, yeah. And by the way, that was Ari Sarsalari out of Orlando, and we appreciate that update from him. And I think, as Ari mentioned, the sun's up, so we're going to get a better idea of the scope. But seeing this out of Orange County in those early morning hours, Kevin Guthrie, Craig and Britta spoke to him earlier. He is the executive director for Florida's Disaster Division of Emergency Management. Kevin was speaking to reports of 4 to 4.5 feet of standing water in spots around Orange County. And he said the last...
It went flying about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile, and basically dropped on the neighborhood back behind this bank. We had large section of it dropped in the front yard of one home. Another sizable section dropped on top of a home and created a hole in the roof of that man's house, about a 6-foot wide hole. We spoke with one homeowner who took us through the damage that he saw on his property that right after the tornado. Take a look at what he had to say.
See, like right there? That's from a projectile coming in. It hit right there. It didn't get through the tough part of the glass.
Do you know when one flying through the window?
No idea. But it hit and then took off running. And then this window over here got smashed. So I don't know what hit it, but it's another one. So these will all have to be replaced. Over here, there's the seawall. The original seawall is from the 60s. So your water's up and over the top of these.
A lot of storm surge here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're up, maybe 3 feet right now. And then over there, you can see the neighbors on the other side. Their roofs got hit. I think Bill across the street got it the worst. My boat, I tied it off. It was fine. It didn't even move. Tornado came through. My jet ski blew off, and somebody found it over there and tied it off for me. They were nice enough to tie off my jet ski. But I mean, I got a couple, $150,000, $200,000 worth of damage.
Yeah, that's damage he is actually going to have to pay for himself because he doesn't have insurance on his home. Now, off in the distance, the Supercuts was also badly damaged from what we believe to be a tornado. There are about 6 to 8 businesses, several homes down the street here, down Banana River Boulevard, and the power is out in this area as well. And so, we always remind drivers to treat the intersections as a 4-way stop. There has been a stop sign put out at this intersection. Very busy. A lot of people are getting out on the roads trying to survey some of the damage because they're curious. They want to see what happened with this storm. We're still seeing a lot of debris on the road as well. Aluminum siding scattered all over the place. Still can be very dangerous for people going out and about because we're still seeing some winds from the remnants from Hurricane Milton through this area, but things definitely died out from what we were seeing early this morning. Just a long cleanup process that Cocoa Beach is facing, at least this portion of the city is facing for the next several days and weeks to come.
So it's just some of that footage caught on camera out of Cocoa Beach. Very intense wind, very heavy rain. And when you talk about some of the damage that was left behind, crews were immediately spotted trying to clean up what they could and get people to safety. Fox 4's Bob Van Dillen is joining us now from Cocoa